Hey Pisces, welcome to September 2017. I hope you guys had an amazing August. Really quickly, I need to get real with you guys and acknowledge and own the fact that I really did you guys a huge disservice by not explaining that August was eclipse season. I read about it before I recorded the August videos, and I guess I just blocked myself off from getting real about what that eclipse was going to be doing for all of us. Unfortunately, it was holy crap for me. I lost my brother during it, so yeah, that's pretty much, I think that's why I blocked it, because I knew that, like, when I looked at my chart afterwards, I'm like, oh my god. But even still, even if you did see that in your chart, how do how do you go to someone and say, hey, listen, like, right? So what I'm doing to rectify the situation and to honor my brother Dane, smile for Dane, what I'm doing to reconcile the fact that I feel like I really, really messed up by not telling you guys is, if you post your birthday, time, location, I'll let you know how that eclipse affected you. We still feel the energy, and we're actually maybe now able to work with it a little bit better, because we'll be able to see what the eclipse was trying to bring to our attention, what it was trying to get us to release, and then we can actually do it. Now we're like, oh, okay, so that what happened, I should let go, because it was eclipse season forcing us to let go. So eclipse does push out anything that is not serving our highest good or the highest good of everybody concerned. So when we try and pull back and control that, that's when we have resistance, and that's when life gets that much more difficult. So I know quite a few people have reached out, and the eclipse really, really rocked the world. And right now it's really, we're too close to it to realize that maybe there have been some benefits to it. I definitely, the only benefit I've seen so far is that now I'm way more connected to source, because I call my brother all the time, and it's incredible. Like, I'm seeing spirits that I didn't see before. Like, it's completely shot my spiritual journey off in a crazy, crazy direction, and for that I'm grateful. But of course I would rather have my brother with me. So that being said, Saturn went direct August 27th. So if you do post your birth details, I'll let you know where Saturn is going direct in your chart. And where Saturn goes direct is where you can put a lot of attention, a lot of authority, a lot of stability and focus, and just more security. So I'll also let you know where Mercury is going direct. Mercury goes direct on September 5th. So by September 8th, you can see where Mercury is allowing you to be clear and to communicate and to articulate that area of your life. What else can I let you know? So Mercury and Mars are really close to each other in the sky. So right now there's like huge potential for conflict, so it's really time to be really more cautious than usual. Always protect yourself by envisioning a protective bubble around you. What I do, which has worked very, very well in ways that like I can't even imagine. When I'm driving, I always just picture my grandmother who's passed on. I would just picture her like on the top of the car, just like enjoying her life, and she is protecting us. I still wear my seatbelt, but I know that a cop isn't going to see me speeding. I know that I'm not going to get hit by anyone. It just gives you that confidence to know that your angels, your cheerleaders are protecting you. So I do that religiously, and as Pisces, it's a lot easier for you guys to tap in to those angel guides. It's a lot easier for you to tap into your higher self or your subconscious mind, to really use your intuition to your advantage, to know where something is going to be difficult, where you need to have caution, and where you should just avoid. So really, really trust your intuition, especially this month, because we're at a turning point. We're at a turning point. In numerology, September is the peak of the energy you've been feeling all year. So like I said, post your birth details. I'll let you know exactly what that peak means for you, what to expect this September, and also going forward, right? Because this is a major, major turning point. This is a new direction for all of us. Major changes, increased energy. Another thing I should mention to you, to Pisces, is that the full moon on September 6th is in your sign. So you guys will be feeling that energy a lot. If there's something that you didn't release with the eclipse on the 7th and on the 21st of August, this full moon will really, really bring it to the forefront to let go of it. And it's usually things that are in the subconscious mind, but the Pisces will be getting hit with this full moon, which is not a bad thing. Because Pisces are able to work with their emotions, right? You guys have this emotional depth where you're like, if I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry. Like, you know what I mean? My Pisces brother actually predicted my Leo brother's passing a week before, and he was crying about it. He was so upset, and we're all just like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're crazy. We were mad. We were like, that's not going to happen. And then a week later. So right now, Pisces intuition it's scary accurate. So please trust yourselves. We need your intuition right now. And then the new moon is on the September 20th, and that's in Virgo, and that's all about manifesting some new goals when it comes to your day-to-day. If you need to get back onto that proper eating schedule, if you need to get back onto focusing on your routine and your schedule. September 20th is when you want to write down up to 10 things that you'd like to see manifested into your life. You burn it with the moon, you burn it at night with the new moon, and you just thank the universe for helping co-create your world with you. And then you expect it to come in. And a lot of the times, because you burn it and because you're expecting it to come in so you don't think about it anymore, it ends up manifesting and we don't even realize. So we don't thank the universe, and then, you know, we don't thank ourselves, and we're like, well, this isn't working, but it actually has worked in ways that you wouldn't even acknowledge. So the two cards that just popped out while I was shuffling for Pisces for September 2017 was this card, which is all about focusing on what you've created so far, and especially when it comes to your power. So really focusing on what you've created. Yeah, it might feel like you're still in the dark. It might feel like you've been working hard, but you still have no idea where the future is going to bring you because you just can't see that far. It's like there's a blocker there. And that's because it's up to you. It hasn't been written yet. The future can still completely switch around. It's up to you guys. If you want to make a sudden change with this numerology energy, with this year of new beginnings, if you want to make that change, it will prove prosperous. It will absolutely prove prosperous. It won't be, as much as change can be scary, and it's like, can I make this change? Can I afford to make this change? Pisces, do it. I'm actually talking to a Pisces friend right now who wants to quit her job. And that's terrifying because it's like, there goes that stream of income. But if you have another way of empowering yourself besides finances, you'll be surprised how well you're taken care of. Like, and I don't mean that in a greedy way. But for instance, like when I finally was like, I'm not going back to work, I went on like employment insurance, and I really had a lot of conflict, internalized conflict, but money was still coming in unexpected ways. I'm like, oh, I'm okay. I got like this, you know, weekend job at the flea market that was enough to cover like our daily spending, and you just accommodate. You accommodate for it. You change your spending around. The more money you make, the more money you spend. So it's almost like if you were to cut back on something and focus on happiness or start something new, that might be terrifying, but it could end up being the best thing for you. So if you're going to be making a risk, if you're going to be making a change, Pisces, this is the year to do it, and this September is the month to do it, okay? So this reading is for Pisces for September 2017. Pisces, September 2017. Pisces, September 2017. Okay, your cards are just like popping out. You really got something to say today. Pisces. Thank you. Thank you. So the card that popped out is this person here. So this person who's pretty fiery. This person either has Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in their chart. Like they're really prominently fiery, but also calm, cool, and collected in a way. They're ready for a fight, but they won't draw their swords. They won't draw their gun unless they absolutely have to, because they feel better just being calm, cool, and collected. However, that fire is deep in their belly, deep in their soul. And this person has had a pretty rocky past, but it is behind them. And when I say rocky, I mean obstacles, but they've overcome them and they've kind of internalized them and owned them, so it doesn't seem that bad. But when you talk with them, you're like, actually, that is pretty traumatizing and horrific. So this person has a lot to do with your feelings of not inadequacy, but your feelings of change, of fear of change. Maybe this person relies on you. Maybe this person wants you to make the change and you don't, and because you rely on them and you don't want to keep, you know, putting more pressure on them. But this person is there to support you. And this person will do it in a very tasteful and classy way. Even though it may not feel like it now, they actually are quite the dream come true. They really are. And it should be the first person you thought of when I mentioned the fiery person. Pisces, this theme is all about the fact that you want to have your empowerment. You want to have your cake and eat it too. I like this card because this person, this woman, is completely empowered and hanging out. And she's also barefoot. Come on, there we go. She's barefoot, right? So it's that barefoot in the kitchen mentality where you're protected, you're taken care of, but obviously you're not getting out and doing any real hard labor because you're barefoot, right? You're just hanging out at home. So the theme is wanting to have that security while just being hanging out, while just not working as hard. Not putting energy and work into the areas that you don't want to anymore. So as much as I say not working as hard, I mean not putting that energy into the areas that aren't working for you anymore. And really realizing, thinking about what needs to end, having like your family and friends have been supporting you and have been incredibly giving, and it's been beautiful and it's been inspiring, and you've accepted it with open arms. However, you want to get your strength back. You want to realize that things go on, and you want to get your strength back and kind of tame the roar that's inside of you, because you know that something is roaring to go inside of you. You have tons of opportunities, tons of options for empowerment, but you know that something has to end. Something has to end. Something that you have on your plate has to end. You just don't know for sure what that could be, and you want to be empowered and just sort of have that ability to relax on it and to figure out what's going to make you happy without all the outside whatever. So that's the theme. Now let's get started on the actual reading, okay? So lots of people here doing good under the surface. Relationship is on the forefront. Okay, what's going on? What's going on, Pisces? Okay, so the situation is the Queen of Swords. And it's weird because I'm noticing something in this card that I haven't noticed before, and it's like a dark figure. It's an older, bigger, dark figure that can be incredibly terrifying, very scary, but it's only because we fear the unknown. We don't know what it is, and it's just kind of lingering over us like a dark cloud. Yeah, we need to talk about it, but right now it's just more of an intuitive thing. We know that it's there, but it's definitely more of an intuitive thing right now. And we just need to try and work within our subconscious mind and figure out what this figure is, what this darkness is, what this terrifying thing is that's just hovering over our shoulder, okay? That's the situation. Also not feeling, maybe the dark figure is just not knowing what path to take. Feeling like you have your emotions, you have your thought process under control. You're definitely able to control that aspect when it comes to what you're thinking about, and your intuition that can control. But which path are you taking? You don't even see which step to take. You can't even see your feet. So that's definitely the first step. That's the situation right now. The obstacle and the aid is that movement, is that fierce movement, is that action. So this action is going to help you understand this inconsistency, this unclear situation in your life. Probably this fear of change. Time to make a movement. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. If you have a question, a burning question, What I do is I'll flip a coin, and it's what I'm thinking about in my head that tells me my answer. So, for instance, I have this decision maker where you pull a magnetic ball, and it will go around and tell you, it'll stop on either yes, no, maybe, whatever. And it takes forever. So when I pull it and I ask a question, I don't even have to wait for the answer because I already know what I want. Right? You already know, well, that ball is moving. Oh, please land here, right? So if you have a burning question, flip a coin, and in the air you'll know what the answer is. That'll be your intuition answering for you. That'll be your higher self. That'll be your subconscious answering for you. But it's time to just go for it. This is usually, like, if you have a burning question, the answer is yes, just go for it. If you want to quit that job, if you want to quit that relationship, if you want to start something new, the answer is yes. If you want to make that change, the answer is yes. Because although you might be fearful of that the change might leave you cold and destitute, it's not. It's not. It's actually going to be incredibly empowering. Subconsciously, you know that everything's working out now where this is your opportunity to do it. You know that subconsciously, right now is the time to do it. To make that change, to make that decision, to start something new, or to end something. You know subconsciously that this is absolutely the time to do it, and you're just letting your own fear block you from it. You're just letting your own fear say no, because you're thinking that you'd have to let go of something. And that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to let go of. But guess what, Pisces? Things are changing, whether we like it or not. That's what I've been telling every single sign. Like, this is a turning point. I'm not kidding. Like, this is a turning point. Something is changing. So we might as well at least try to feel a little bit in control by saying, listen, like, I'm going to make that change. Everything else in my life is changing around me. So here, I'm going to just add another change into the mix, and then everything will feel a little bit more controlled because we've made at least some conscious impact in how changing the energy is of our lives right now. And you have the support. You know that you have that partner's there to support you. You know that partner's always going to give you that love and attention and support that you need. Even if it doesn't feel like it, at the end of the day, you guys are going to be cheersing each other. You guys are going to be like, that was a good decision. I'm glad that we did that. You have that stability. You have that support within a partner. Okay? And right now, you're just too overburdened with responsibilities. It's not working. It's not working anymore. There's too much. There's too much. And then that sudden change with your family and friends, that knocked everybody's ego, that knocked everybody, that change that came in, that just affected everybody. You're going to add that on top? Too overburdened. Pisces, you guys pull this card a lot. Putting way too much on your plate. Is it just because you can't say no? Or why are you taking on so much? It's not fair. Are other people, you know, even though you have that support from your partner, and maybe there's also some feelings of guilt because everything is working out so well. You have that feeling of guilt, like maybe you owe it to others and to your family and friends to show them that you're completely overburdened with responsibilities, but at the end of the day, you're just burning yourself out. And you're not going to be able to be there for anyone. You hope for just some comfortable standstill, some comfortable halt that you've decided that still keeps your reputation up here, even though you're now saying, I need to drop this, I need to stop this, I need to whatever, I need to get back to me. You still want that. You want to be able to do that, but maintain your reputation of the one who's taking care of some stuff, of the one who actually is responsible and doing what needs to be done. You want to kind of hang out, but this is a hope and a fear. You fear it as well. So that should absolutely be acknowledged. Why would you, Pisces, why would you fear being someone who can just not be overburdened with responsibilities and just sort of someone who can just hang out but still have a positive reputation, still be building, still be strong, and still show strength, and still show balance and fairness and equality and polarity? Why would that be a fear? Afraid to stop moving? Does moving give you that sense of purpose? It really comes down to taking a risk. Take that risk. Take the risk. Then you can really let go of some things that are no longer serving you, especially with this full moon. Because, I hate to say it, you should make some room, Pisces, because something new is coming in. And it's better. It's better than what you could have expected. Okay? But you got to make space for it. You have to make the room for it, or else it can't possibly come in. If you're like this, how can this guy can't even fit one more thing? Even if the one thing, imagine if he drops all of these responsibilities and the one thing that comes in is all that's needed. So it's time to make some space. What can you let go of? What can you release that will free up an opportunity for something new to come in? Use the full moon to release that. Use the full moon to say, listen, I'm releasing my fears when it comes to making this change. I'm releasing my fears when it comes to focusing on my freedom. I'm releasing my fears when it comes to feeling overburdened of responsibilities, feeling like my family, friends, my partner is going to have to support me, or else I'm going to be, this change is just going to leave me high and dry and out in the cold. No, Pisces. I bet you Pisces is the only sign that would never be homeless, because no, everybody loves their Pisces. You guys are supported. You don't need to, it doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. Not at all. You will have the support in the proper ways, because people, they love you. They know how compassionate that you are. They know how generous you are. They want to care for you. It's just letting them in, right? Especially because right now family and friends are going through a change. Now is really the time to harness that energy and work with it, by adapting to the change, by creating more changes. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. Pisces, I hope you guys have an amazing September 2017. I will see you in October. And like I said, please feel free to post your birth, day, time, location. And I'm just going to fuel you guys full of information so that this month you can feel incredibly empowered, because we need confidence this month. We need a lot of confidence because things are getting crazy, and hopefully next year things start to calm down a little bit. But as it stands, 2017 has been a roller coaster ride, and self-awareness and acknowledgement, and also working with the planetary influences, working with the number influences, working with the subconscious influences, we can really figure out what we need to be doing with what's going on. It just makes sense of things, okay? Love you, Pisces. Have an amazing September, and I will see you October. Hang tight.